All right. So here, Michigan withdraws mask advisory, including for schools, as worst of Omicron surge is behind us. Again, folks, why? You want to know why the surge is ending? It's because there's enough people taking precautions to reduce transmission. That's why the surge reduces. When there are spikes, people are more concerned and they're more likely to wear masks and protect themselves and their family. Right? That's why the surge goes down. It's not like Omicron naturally is like, I'm getting tired. I don't really feel like infecting everyone else anymore. All right, taking a break. No. People started wearing masks again. Much more careful. Because there were 1 million cases a day for a while now, right? And then the cases went down. When you lift the mask mandates, the cases are going to go back up. We're 2 years in. This isn't February of 2020 or I guess even April or May of 2020. This is year 3 of the coronavirus pandemic. We are in year 3. And all of our leaders, everywhere, are dumber than dumb. They are dumber than dumb. Like, imagine a dumb motherfucker. These motherfuckers are dumber than that dumb motherfucker you just imagined. Dumber than dumb. And these are Democrats. Why? In what world does this make any sense, even politically? The right doesn't even believe in this shit. Okay? They're the ones mostly fueling these surges. So if this is like a goal, if the goal of this is to appease the right, they're not going to be appeased. But let's read. Michigan is altering its indoor mask guidance, including in K-12 schools, to reflect the improving COVID-19 picture throughout the state. Huh? On Wednesday, February 16th, the state health department announced a withdrawal of its public health advisory on masking in indoor public settings, which was put in place in November. The advisory recommended all people wear a face mask indoors in public settings, regardless of vaccination status. And that's a good advisory, and it should still be in effect. In expiring the advisory, state officials are leaning on individuals, families, and communities to assess their own risk for COVID-19 exposure and transmission to wear masks, quote, when it makes sense. Huh? So always. It always makes sense to wear a mask if you are in public. The answer when it makes sense is 100% of the time. If you're indoors, wear a fucking mask. If you're outside and there's no one else around you for a big radius, fine, take the mask off, whatever. If you're outside, except it's like a busy New York street and you're bumping into people every 15 seconds, keep your fucking mask on. When it makes sense is 100% of the time when you are around other people. That's when it makes sense. What the fuck is this shit? What is this shit? What is this shit? This mixed messaging garbage is so dumb. It's so dumb. As we enter this recovery period, it's not that we're telling people not to mask. That's exactly what you're saying. Dr. Dumbfuck Motherfuck, stupid ass bitch, Michigan's acting chief medical executive. It's that we're saying broad mask recommendations are really a local decision. Go fuck yourself. You genocidal freak. That's what I have to say to this Dr. Dumbfuck. This idea that wearing a mask is so difficult. Oh no! I have to wear a mask for 30 seconds while I go get my avocados at the grocery store. Ah! What? What? These are children! Dr. Dumbfuck Motherfuck, Michigan's acting chief medical executive, is a 5-year-old. This is a fucking 5-year-old. You're putting a fucking goddamn child in front of the fucking medical fucking office branch of the fucking Michigan state government. This is a fucking kid. This is a fucking child, motherfucker. Not even an adult child, honestly. This is a fucking puppy. This is a fucking little kitty cat, motherfucker. This is disgusting. These people are fucking losers. Every single one of them belongs in jail. It's one thing if you're a dumb fuck walking around. It's another if you are in a fucking position of power and you are telling people, it's okay, you're fine. You are the one who we delegate this responsibility to. You are the one who tells us when and when not that we should be concerned about a pandemic that's killing 2,000 people every day. 9/11 every single day in this country. You are the one that went to school for presumably 5 to 10 years to learn about this stuff so that you can properly keep us protected. And instead of doing that, you're saying, fuck it, you're on your own, bitch. That's what they're saying. Oh, it's a local decision. AKA, you want me to do my job? Nah, you're on your own. Dr. Dumbfuck Bagdasarian needs to go to fucking prison. Just with every other official who has ever done this fucking shit. They need to go to jail now for genocide. This is genocide. Because you want to know who is most affected by this pandemic? The immunocompromised, the disabled, who can't, quote, go back to normal. This is genocide. These are genocidal freaks that don't give a fuck about the disabled, that don't give... Again, the CDC director said it was good news that only the disabled were dying. Good news, folks. Only the disabled are dying. That's great. Only the obese are dying. Isn't that wonderful? That's what the CDC director said. These people are genocidal freaks that should be held accountable just like the Nazis were held accountable in the Nuremberg trials. These are Nazis, plain and simple. I have no problem with saying that. These are eugenicist scumbag Nazis. Every single one of these motherfucking so-called doctor quack fucking morons who doesn't understand basic fucking science, apparently. Again, do you want to know why the cases are going down? It's because more people wore masks in response to the fucking spike. That's why cases are going down. So when you say take your mask off, guess what? The cases are going to go back up. This is the fucking third time we're going to go through this fucking rodeo. Fourth time even. Remember in March and April of 2020 when there was these so-called lockdowns and then the cases went down? And then they just went back up by the end of summer of 2020? And then they stayed up until the vaccination came out, right, around March and April of 2021. And then the cases went back down. Everyone, oh. And then guess what? Everyone loosened restrictions. Cases went back up with the Delta variant in the late summer and fall of 2021. And then the Delta variant, people are like freaking out. They put their mask back on. Okay. Then the cases went back down again. And everyone's like, all right, chillin'. Woo! Take your mask off, bro. Then, guess what happened? The Omicron variant started infecting 1 million people every day. And people were like, whoa, holy shit, they put their mask back on. And once again, here we are at the fucking 5th fucking time of this loop. People are like, oh, all right, we're chill. Take the mask off. Are you motherfuckers dumb? Like, are these people stupid? People are dying. These are real people that are dying. I know people that are dead. When this pandemic started, I had people in my family that were alive. In my family, in my extended family, friends of friends that were alive. Now they are dead. What? Masks are still recommended for isolation and quarantine periods. Yeah, when you already are sick. Masks are recommended when you're already sick, so you don't get other people as sick as you are. How about you just wear them before you get sick? How about maybe if you wore a mask the whole time, you wouldn't have gotten sick? Maybe. It's possible. This whole thing is just ridiculous to me. Response. Local and state public health implement rapid response to a surge. The public may be advised to increase masking, testing, and social distancing. Why? Why does anyone have to increase? Why don't we just have a consistent rate of caution? Recovery. Post-surge, no immediate resurgence predicted. Local and state public health will monitor conditions that could lead to future surges. What does that mean? The conditions are when everyone is unmasked and talking to one another and going to big events and super spreaders. Readiness. A surge in cases is expected, with implications of severity of illness and hospital capacity, increased communications to the public. Yeah, I would love increased communications. This whole thing is just ridiculous. This whole thing. I mean, it feels like an episode of the fucking Twilight Zone. It really does. It really does. It feels like an episode of the fucking Twilight Zone. 3,000 people dying a day is not... I find that unacceptable. I do. I find it unacceptable. I find it unacceptable. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I can't wait for the next variant to come back. It's going to be great. We're in a fucking infinite loop.